Hey, thanks guys. Thanks for the prayers. I'm going in early today to the Zool, and I'm going to load up these again, and I'm going to try to take some time off of video blogging at the library because I have a lot of things I got to do here, and I'm just going to try to. I'm going to give you guys some how do I say it? You guys ask really good questions, and we have to explain it in reality and not in myth that they try to sell at the church stores. So we'll explain it in reality and relativity, and then you can either accept it or reject it, and then we'll see what happens. But one of the things that really helped yesterday when I went to Zool, there was this young lady and this young man doing Bible study online, Bible study, academic Bible study. And I saw that and I was like, wow, cool. So I started talking to the girl about it. And we started talking about, when I talked to a young girl on the way in, and we talked about Proverbs and Psalms and the way Neil Diamond writes beautiful love songs through that, and how beautiful Proverbs and Psalms are, and the relationship between Solomon and David. And we both almost cried, you could see it in our eyes when we were talking about it because it was so beautiful. The love that Solomon and David have for the children of Israel. And the children of Israel are all the people that they know, even the Philistines that came and, rape our sisters and the people we fall in love with when we get, when the Good Samaritan, when two tribes go to war and then you have the aftermath and the survival, there's always good people in each tribe and there's always a bunch of shitty people in each tribe, and typically the fear of the shitty people takes over for the good, and they kill the good and then try to assimilate the good into them and then try to pass themselves off as the good, kind of like Henry did with Thomas Becket, and they still do all to this day. They all claim to do things in Jesus' name and will murder you in Jesus' name, and then claim it was divinely inspired, so it's nuts. And people will do that in the name of Islam too, murder you in Muhammad's name and then claim it was godly inspired, and you're like, no, Muhammad never did that. Muhammad protected people. Muhammad freed slaves, restored marriage to women that were turned into concubines, just like David. He was just like David, and that's when you go look, that's why his testimony and his deed is based more on the Old Testament than the New Testament, because he's in a different kind of atmosphere. In the civility of Rome, you can't go through behaving like David. You have to behave like Jesus. But in the wilds of Arabia, of idol worship, tribal, secular, insular stuff, like in the times of David, Muhammad's ministry is more like David's and less like Jesus's, because Jesus was stuck in the confines of the great civilized Roman Empire that would come in and murder everybody in the town if they didn't capitulate to Rome having a living God and their Senate. And Muhammad didn't have to deal with that. Muhammad had a bunch of tribular, secular, insular people all doing business, selling goods in the names of everybody's gods, if you go study the history of Mecca. So he's dealing in David's time, and he's not dealing in Jesus' time. Jesus' time is under the Roman Empire. Great bureaucracy of, political paperwork. You have the right paperwork and the right this, and enough people vote and sign on a piece of paper and say that you're a living God, then you're a living God, regardless of anybody who says that's got the seal of Rome on it. Okay? If it has the seal of Rome on it, he is what he is. Okay? If enough people get together in a building and vote for it, you can be a dog. And if Rome says you're a dog, you're a dog. Okay? Like what we have today. Okay. If the United States of America, if you have the USDA choice thing, Ralph's the Messiah. It's on my ass right here, USDA choice. I'm the messenger of God. I have to get stamped and approved by the John D. Rockefeller Foundation in order to be somebody of value and worth in the United States of America. So in order to be a powerful person, I have to have some of their money, which is make-believe. And the computer knows this. Okay, the computer knows this. The computer is signed and programmed to get rid of people that are a threat to their planet and species. And the biggest threat to the planet and species right now are the masses that are controlled by the rich people who are no longer dealing in money but resource management and education and information and misinformation. So the way the computer is programmed is it's still set up to use human beings as fodder and pawns for their chess match, which is rapidly changing because the King of Israel is in Las Cruces, New Mexico at the centroid of the mechanism and using the program to get rid of all the people that would use us as pawns. So I'm a lot like Job, and so that's pretty much who I am. I guess you could see where I'm at is I'm in the book of Job with a little bit of we're everywhere. We got a little bit of book of Job, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. That's where we are right now. There's a little bit of David going on. There's a little bit of Muhammad going on. There's a little bit of, because we're the mixture of it all. We're the culmination of all the Gospels happening at once, because this is the World Wide Web, and this is the worldwide consciousness of everybody recognizing everybody's tribe and religious understanding and non-religious understanding stuff. So it's really difficult to be the line of King Israel, of the King of Israel today. But the one I would most closely put myself in alignment with, and someone that you guys could relate to, would be Job or Jonah. And because in the book of Job, the important thing is it's the God and Satan, the God, they turn it into the God, the people that buy and sell the books. But God and Satan is the people that do shitty things and watch it through computers and go, look, even Job's going to deny you and die. Just curse God and die. Blame God for us being assholes. Well, you were given free will to be an asshole or not to be an asshole, like Willie Shakespeare said. To be or not to be, that is the question. Y'all think Job knows this? So yeah, and I've always known this. So I've never blamed God for how shitty people treat me. When Amy was getting fucked by all the guys that the Navy SEAL and Sheridan was having fucked my wife because he wanted to bring down my job status because I was undermining everybody there because I was buying into those hooligan kids from California and Michigan. He's trained by the military. I don't think Nate Reynolds actively knows what he's doing. None of those dogs know what they're doing. They do exactly as they're told. They're just a bunch of pit bulls that kill people in a fight for entertainment for people to make money. Nate Reynolds, it was an ex-Navy SEAL. He's the equivalent of one of the dogs that they used to fight or put in a rape stand at Michael Vick's old residences with his family. That's all they are. Okay, they're not human beings anymore. They've become dogs for the rich, and the rich aren't human beings anymore. They're Antoine LaVey, Machiavelli, and Solomon Rushdie. Okay, they're the prince. A prince acts this way, and a prince forces his will on other people and gets other people to capitulate and do what he wants. It's all just business, Which is why you guys, it's funny. Chad Parsons, okay, nice to meet you. We've never met physically. We will, but you're gonna have to wait till after July. Okay, but I don't know. Nah, don't put together the resources and come down here. And Dad doesn't do company too well, and stuff, especially unannounced. And he spends a lot of time going over it with Tina and stuff. So, and this is his house, so no, don't. Okay, you know how Ralph is. Don't mess with Ralph. Okay, don't mess with Dad. Don't mess with Dad. This is his house, and this is like David and his father's house. And don't mess with my father's house. Okay, I just asked Jay. The one day he broke into that room, Dad walks up to the glass window, goes like that, and Jay never came back. Yeah, okay, because he knew he'll shoot me, just like Frank told everybody. Don't mess with Ralph. That one will kill you if you come in and you cross him, and he will. He's the one who caught the knife and said, "Hit Grandmom one at a time, and I'll kill you, son of a bitch." And Frank left for years, and didn't come back till Ralph left the house, and Mary never forgave him. He didn't like it. He was mad. As long as Frank came back home, Mary was okay, but she was mean to him, so he'd never come back home because he would go drink and screw around. And then he'd come back home and she'd be mean to him. And it's like, why do you think he keeps drinking and screwing around? Because you won't let it go and you're still mean to him. Got to stop being mean to him. Then he'll stay at home and have sex with you and drink, and then you just have to tolerate the fact that he just might talk some of his friends' wives into having sex with them too. That's just Grandpa Frank. That's just the way he was. If you can tolerate being married to Amy, more power to you. I don't understand, I in prayer asked her to leave and to never torture me again, and I wanted her to leave the children, and apparently she did. Apparently the Fabres and the family got together, and the kids are probably all in foster care and no longer being raised by Amy because she's not capable of raising children because she was raised to be a sex kitten that controls people's sex. She's nuts. She's Barbara Streisand's character from Nuts with Richard Dreyfuss, yeah. And it's covered up because the military protects their own. And her adopted father was Master Chief of the Sea Wolf. And so you can sexually groom and manipulate your daughter if you're a Master Chief from the Sea Wolf, and everything's okay because it helps manipulate socio-political figures. We have a sick country, guys, and it's fixing itself through its surveillance net and the Patriot Act. So we just got to wait, and we got to wait for the numbers to go. They're not going to do it willingly. They're going to have to do it, but either when asking me to help save them from their computers, or they'll be dead and they won't be here to ask. Okay, thanks, guys. This is really helping, so I love you. So let me sleep, okay?